And Mind Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful day. Please remember, I'm not a financial advisor and none of this is financial advice, and none of the information provided in this video should ever be taken as a signal to buy or to sell. But first and foremost, as we usually do, look at the crypto bubbles, and as we can see, we're up one rank to 64 with a market cap of $1.26 billion. Currently priced at $104. Volume is very low at $15 million in the last 24 hours. And we are up 0.6% in the hour, up 0.1% in the day, and down 3.6% in the week. Now, have I got some news for you? Now, I posted this out, I think it was yesterday, and Quant times RLN, Phase 4, Project Rosalind, cross-border payments, UK and the US 2024. According to Ernst & Young report, April 2023, RLN could be a game changer for cross-border payments, enabling instant settlements. Now, I saw this chat from Mikolos on Chancel Round Table, which I thought was very, very interesting. And he said he had proof. Phase 4 of Project Rosalind will be a cross-border trial between England and the USA, connecting RLN with Project Rosalind this year, powered by Quant. So they are currently testing this. And as we can see here, now I found this very, very interesting. And this is from a Robert L. Williams III. Now, anybody with a third on their name, I'm going to trust. He's Strategic Advisory, Artificial General Intelligence, AML Sanctions. Now, we can see here, Regulated Liability Network, US proof of concept findings. US payments could go shared ledger, tokenized, real-time, 24/7 programmable. According to Rich Turin, the number 4 global fintech influencer on the prestigious Analytica influencer list, the Fed's Regulated Liability Network, POC, the proof of concept, gives us hope for modernization of the US payment system. And I will explain in this article the definition of an RLN and provide some opinion and informed analysis from a few experts, an Ernst & Young report and a BIS report from some articles referenced below. Introduction. Members of the US financial services sector recently published the findings of a proof of concept that explored the feasibility of the regulated liability network, which is envisioned as an interoperable network. The interoperable network for wholesale payments operating on a shared multi-entity distributed ledger. Firstly, the definition regulated liability network is a simple definition followed by a deeper dive. 1. RLN, a real-time multi-asset settlement platform that enables mint, burn, and transfer of regulated liabilities over DLT that is supported by a community of industry participants. RLN has 6 core characteristics. Regulated, the RLN applies only digital money that is considered regulated liabilities. Central bank money, money issued by the central bank in the form of cash in circulation and bank reserves. This represents a liability of central bank and is regulated. Central bank money, money is issued by commercial bank and stored in accounts. This represents the liability of the commercial bank in favor of the depositor and regulated. Electric money, money issued by the regulated non-bank, usually a payment company. This represents a liability on the non-bank in favor of the customer and is regulated. Now, as we can see, lots of information here, but what I'm really interested in is this. According to an Ernst & Young report dated in April 2023, the regulated liability network could be a game changer for cross-border payments, enabling instant settlement. It would create a new shared ledger for digital currencies that is always on, programmable, and multi-asset. The Bank of International Settlements, in a report I referenced and used for this article, are the following opinions. To secure the full benefits of innovation in money, payments, and broader range of financial services, the BIS advised from the report referenced below that it is crucial to have a vision for the future of the monetary system and for the role of central banks in driving innovation to meet any and all evolving needs. In addition, the following bullets outline their additional thoughts and conclusion. Given the unpredictable nature of innovation, the focus should be on building a monetary system that is adaptable enough to support ensure safe, sound innovation by the private sector in any form that this may take. The BIS also believes that a blueprint for a future monetary system must harness the transformative potential of tokenization to improve existing structures and open new possibilities, and that this blueprint be sketched out as a new financial market infrastructure, a unified ledger that integrates CBDCs, tokenized deposits, and other tokenized claims on financial real assets in one place. The advantage of a unified ledger would have two key advantages. The first one being where it provides broader array of contingent actions and financial transactions could be seamlessly, there's that word again, another Gilbertism, integrated and automatically executed. Additionally, in this way, it enables simultaneous and instantaneous settlement. In contrast to the crypto world, settlement in central bank money ensures the singleness of money and the finality of payments. Secondly, by having everything in one place, it allows new types of contingent contracts to serve the public interest by overcoming obstacles associated with information and incentive problems. And the ideas behind the unified ledger show how the future monetary system might evolve. In practice, the specific needs and constraints of each jurisdiction will dictate which applications of the concept will take root first on what scale. The aspect of the APIs coexisting, we know what they're talking about here, APIs coexisting and interconnecting where multiple ledgers cater to specific use cases, and their interoperability is crucial, the BIS report outlined. And we know who the BIS is working with for their interoperable solution, Quant. So in turn, it would require a shift emphasis from individual experimentation to joint innovation. Finally, the BIS advised that public-private collaboration is essential to develop technological solutions, establish common platforms, and ensure proper oversight and supervision. Through cooperation, innovation, and integration, it is possible to pave the way for a monetary system that builds on trust, enables new economic arrangements, enhances the efficiency and accessibility of financial transactions, and responds in the evolving demands of households and firms. The NY Fed included its normal disclaimer about the research not signaling a decision on the introduction of a US CBDC. NYIC Director Peter von Zelowitz said in a statement, from a banking perspective, the proof of concept was conducive to exploring tokenized, regulated deposits and understanding the potential functional benefits of the central bank and the commercial bank digital money operating together on a shared ledger. In summary, his opinion, after reading about this, attempting to weigh in the good with the bad aspects, I would classify the following as good. The following, as per the Ernst & Young report, the idea that it would create a new shared ledger for digital currency that is always on, programmable, and a multi-asset. The advantage of the unified ledger would have two key advantages. The first one being where it provides a broader array of contingent actions and financial transactions could be seamlessly integrated and automatically executed. Additionally, in this way, it enables simultaneous and instantaneous settlement. In contrast to the crypto world, settlement in central bank money ensures the singleness of money and the finality of payments. Additionally, from the 6 core characteristics listed above, the below 3 would definitely consider good aspects. Multi-asset, the RLN could support exchange and settlement of multiple types of assets, including different types of currencies and asset classes. Programmable, the RLN leverages the use of smart contracts to automate actions and support 24/7 settlement. The global network, the RLN, is a global and inclusive initiative which supports domestic international use cases. So really, really interesting there and bringing it all together. And we can see this from Citi, the US financial services industry study demonstrates feasibility of regulated digital asset settlement platforms supported by the shared ledger technology. And we know this, the regulated liability network proof of concept demonstrates the potential to upgrade international payments using deposit tokens settled in wholesale central bank digital currency. And we can see further, the New York members of the US financial services sector today published the findings of the proof of concept that explored the feasibility of regulated liability network, which envisions an interoperable network for wholesale payments operating on a shared multi-entity distributed ledger. So they have already tested it. They've already seen the feasibility of it. Now we see this from San. And this is just putting the pieces together. Would you say Citi is working with Quant? Here we go. This is from Andrew Carrier, a moment of levity at the UK Finance DIS after saying he's always fancied himself as Gary Barlow. Tony McLaughlin of Citi jokes that Gilbert Verdian is the Robbie Williams of fintech. That's absolutely huge. And we can see here the reason Quant is mentioning JPM and Citi, we all know what they use. They're fully permissioned digital asset infra that has been in the build for years. Now, we also see this from Miles Bron. The RLN is set to become the payment rail infrastructure in the UK, now looking like it could be in the US too. All forms of money will be interoperable. For example, CHAPS, wholesale and retail CBDC, and commercial digital currencies. He says Quant will be providing interoperability for the RLN payment rail, quadrillions. And we can hear this from the man himself. So let's have a quick listen to this.
To asset managers, and could potentially be a significant opportunity there. How do you see the different forms of digital money relating to the RLN initiative as that is moving in a regulated, that's moving value in a regulated form as well?
Yes, and that is really driven by a lot of the members and also commercial banks in this space. So what's happening with regulated liability network is the ability for the participants to define what the next generation of payments and what the next generation of rails can look like. There's industry collaboration, and there's been white papers and a lot of talks around this in the US and as well as the UK. But it also allows commercial banks to issue their own digital pound, which is pegged eventually to the central bank digital currency from the Bank of England. So all of these forms of money will run on a network. It could be the regulated liability network, but they'll all be accepted and interoperable with each other. So you can have one form of money transacting and swapping for another form on any system, on faster payments, CHAPS, regulated liability network with programmable payments, or CBDCs directly with the Bank of England. So all these forms of money gives us a wider choice and new types of products that we haven't seen today, but they will all work with each other, and that's quite exciting.
So there you go, hear from the man himself. All forms of money will be interoperable. CHAPS, wholesale, retail, and CBDC, and commercial digital currency. We also see this from construction trader ETH. Again, we are connecting the dots. Tony McLaughlin from Citi discussing the regulated liabilities network. He says Quant Overledger is part of the new FMI, the financial market infrastructure. So let's have a listen to Tony himself.
What regulated liability network is investigating is, can we have a new financial market infrastructure? And again, let's not gloss over that point, because people do lots of hand-waving about blockchain and claim that it achieves atomic settlement, but blockchains don't achieve any form of settlement. Settlement is a legal construct. A blockchain might evidence settlement within a legal construct, within a legal framework, but it doesn't achieve legal settlement. You need an FMI. You need a legal framework. So can we have a new financial market infrastructure that's running some kind of DLT or shared ledger, and in that DLT or shared ledger, the different financial assets can be settled 24/7 in real time with absolute cryptographic certainty of who owns what? That's regulated liability network. We've done proof of concept here in the US. The results were published on the 6th of July. There's a very active community around it in the UK where we will be examining retail use cases. And frankly, what it is it's trying to move beyond CBDC.
Yeah.
CBDC is a monoline focus on one aspect of the sovereign currency system, which is the central bank money. We think that there's a broader opportunity to upgrade the whole of the sovereign currency system by having infrastructures where commercial bank money, central bank money, e-money, regulated stablecoins, and other assets can meet and be exchanged within a given legal structure. That's RLN.
Wow. And someone put here, where did he mention Quant? And as you can see here on this infographic, we can see the discovery phase of RLN produced a comparative analysis of 5 architecture options across key functional parameters. These included the need for partition, settlement avenue, use case coverage, locking and unlocking, synchronization, and more, which helped give a summary view of key attributes for the application architecture. And as we can see, after initial research, the analysis was validated by information gathering exercise with technology platforms. These included Corda R3, Adhara, Millicent, Quant and Polygon and Canton and Settler and Knox. There was also detailed analysis on quorum, parity, and Hyperledger Besu. So Quant was included in that. So when we're talking about interoperability, when we're hearing that word used via the BIS or via the regulated liability network, Quant, that's what we're thinking. And we can also see this the other day. The UK economy will run on Quant token and also powered by the Quant token. And as we can see here, the bank experiment with API design in Project Rosalind. We know what the API was, which was a joint project with the BIS Innovation Hub London Centre. Building on Rosalind APIs, the bank will conduct further exploration of API functionality, including assessing additional features mentioned in responses to the technology working paper. This might include developing a sandbox provided by the bank, which will enable technologists and stakeholders to test the APIs and develop innovative use cases. And as we can see down here, this one from Hungarian Horntail, the design phase has 4 interrelated work streams: the blueprint, experimentation, and proof of concepts, the national conversation, and the assessment. Purpose of those work streams is to support decision on whether or not to move to the build phase for a digital pound. That decision requires comprehensive proposition, robust evidence of cost and engagement. And as we can see, further API functionality, experimentation and proof of concept. And we can see here experiments on APIs, and we know what those APIs are. The further API functionality, building on APIs defined in Project Rosalind. And as we can see, Bank of England says the digital pound experimentation phase will involve building on the Rosalind APIs. We are effectively at an inflection point. And I put this out a while back. JP Morgan, Scott Lucas, Goldman Sachs, Oliver Harris, now Citi's David Cunningham, using the same word quoting, inflection point. We are nearing the pivotal moment of a financial change. And we can see here the world of cross-border payments is at an inflection point. As the ecosystem is shaken up by new competition and technologies, there will inevitably be winners and losers. All players must remain nimble and adapt if they are to retain their market share and thrive. Citi's latest Future of Finance GPS report is out, and Ronit Ghose, the team, have done it again. It details how the Bank of England estimates cross-border client payments is set to increase from 150 trillion in 2017 to 250 trillion by 2027. This means billions in revenues. The cross-border payment revenue pie is already over 200 billion and expanding at a high single-digit annual growth. You'll also see digital assets will play a significant role. Now, our industry is on a journey to reach the next phase of evolution within cross-border payments. We're partnering closely with financial institutions, fintechs, and corporate and industry experts, of whom contributed their perspectives in this paper, which is again absolutely huge. They're talking about it here. And as we know, the regulated liability network is testing those rails with the US. I posted this in October last year. Wow, this opens up so much food for thought. I hope you like this video. I hope you like the dots that are connected. Go away, do your own research. Confirm everything that is put here. See if you can find any more detail. Please pop in the comments what you think. Remember, none of this is financial advice. All the best, and I'll catch you later.